Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. And in the States, we call it hump day because it's usually the middle of the week, and then we go down into Thursday and Friday and cruise the weekend. But Friday is the 4th of July. Yay! So we don't have to work on Friday. So today is like a Thursday. So we're already like past the hump and we're cruising on into the weekend, which is good because I'm tired. And tonight I'm doing a meditation group. So that's one of the things that I'm doing to branch out, try something different, help manage my stress, better take care of myself. So what are some things you're doing? Let me know. Okay, so on Wednesdays, I'm on the website, and I'm on YouTube. So if you ask your questions using the hashtag KatieFAQ, I found them, and I have 3 of them. And I also have a quote again from my mama. Thanks, mama. So anyway, without further ado, here we go. Hey, Katie, my question is, how do you cope with a family member that has Alzheimer's disease and cope with my own illness on top of it? I have BPD and self-harm too, and have not self-harmed in a while, but the stress of my own health, as well as looking after my grand 5 to 6 days a week, is starting to play its toll on me. And I don't want to slip back into my old ways of coping with how I feel. What's the best way forward as I don't get any help now with my own problem? Now, I wanted to answer this question because a lot of you on my website were commenting back and forth, and like there was a lot of chatter, and a lot of you have struggled with this, and I've even had experienced it in my life as my husband's grandfather had Alzheimer's and passed away recently, and it was really difficult and to see everybody coping with it and managing it. And it was really hard on his grandma to take care of him and keep reminding him. And it can be really exhausting. And the one thing that I cannot emphasize enough is finding those groups, whether it's in a hospice or at the hospital. They have groups for caretakers. Search them out. Find them. I promise you, they're everywhere. They're in the States, they're in Canada. I don't know if they're in Europe, but if any of you have found one, or you've been a part of one, or maybe you even lead one, let us know below, because these caretaker groups are so helpful. It can be so healing and feel so good to go somewhere where other people are having the same struggles you are, they're overwhelmed, and just to vent all of that buildup of putting your stuff on the back burner while you take care of someone else. Because whether you're taking care of someone who has a terminal illness or someone who has a lifelong disorder or disease that we have to help manage, it's important for us to keep ourselves healthy, have our own healthy mind and healthy body, right? So please look those up. That would be my number one recommendation. If you have the ability to seek help on your own, I know in this question she said that she isn't getting help right now for her own problems, but I would encourage you to start looking into it. We can't care for others if we're not caring for ourselves. So put yourself first a little bit, just so that you have a place to vent, to talk about what's going on, and to get some support, because that can mean the world to us, okay? And if any of you have tips about how to manage this, let us know, okay? Question number 2. Hi, Katie. I've dealt with my anxiety disorder, specifically panic disorder with agoraphobia, my entire life, and I'm finally in therapy for it. One thing that I still struggle with is being comfortable staying overnight away from home. I feel like I'm too old to still be having this problem. In a school, I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah. And it's something that I really need to get a hold on because I'm leaving for a school internship in a few weeks. Do you have any tips for calming myself down when I feel scared and uncomfortable? Thanks. This is really common. For any of you who struggle with agoraphobia or wonder what agoraphobia is, I don't know if I did a video on that. If not, I will. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe because I'll put that out. But oftentimes it's really hard for us to leave our homes in general, and staying the night somewhere else can be really anxiety provoking. I had clients who say I didn't sleep at all because I just couldn't. My heart was racing. And we work ourselves into a fit. Is kind of what happens. Now, the things that we can do, I made some notes here so I don't forget anything, is obviously the number one thing is relaxation techniques. And I have many of them on my channel. One of the things that I actually love myself the best that I haven't done, I don't think I've done it on my channel, but it's progressive relaxation. You can Google it, you can find it. I'm sure it's on YouTube with a video of someone talking like this and flex your toes, relax your toes. But it's really great. And they pretty much have you clench muscles and release muscles and throughout your whole body until your whole body's relaxed. And that is like awesome. Then I all of a sudden slip into this sleep where I'm like, wait, what happened? So I would encourage you to start practicing those before you're going away to help yourself relax. When you feel yourself getting a little anxious during a situation, try your different relaxation techniques, whether it's breathing, whether it's the progressive relaxation, whether it's anything. I'd look up some and I'd practice. Now, the second thing is they call it desensitization, and that's kind of when you immerse yourself or visualize yourself being immersed in stressful situations, and then utilize different tools to calm yourself down. And what we're doing is we're bringing ourselves to a little medium of anxiety, and then we're learning how to bring it back down. So we get better at recognizing our anxiety and calming us down. And we also at the same time are kind of desensitizing ourselves to those stressful or anxiety provoking situations. Okay. And if you want more information on that, you can obviously Google that too. And then the last one that a lot of people talk about is simply reducing our stress. Doing meditation groups, making sure you're taking time to journal. Doing too many things at once can make anybody really stressed out. And what that does is it doesn't give us that cushion that we need to be like, wait, I think I may be getting really anxious and may have a panic attack soon. I'm going to step away or I'm going to calm down. It doesn't give us that time. And oftentimes that's when we have panic attacks or we start to just really get overwhelmed. And so I would encourage you to just pay more attention, see if there are things that you can kind of leave till after you've stayed the night for the internship and do them when you get back or something like that. So you can better manage it so you feel like you have the cushion so you can take time to have the insight to relax and take care of yourself, okay? Question number 3. I'm 15 years old and I've been out of therapy for 2 to 3 months now, and I really recently feel like I need help again and my problems seem to be getting exponentially worse. I asked my mom about going back, but finances are a real problem. Do they offer free therapy? Is there a way I can get help if money is an issue? Thank you. Now, I talked about this eons ago, like 2 years ago. I put out a video about getting help when funds are low, but I think it's really important to know how we get therapy if we don't have money. Now, in the States, obviously, I'm assuming that's where this is because I believe in socialized medicine, you don't pay that much for therapy or it's a copay or something, but it's not very much. It's very minimal. In the States, there are clinics everywhere, whether if you're low income, you can apply for Medicare or Medicaid and you can get help and you can go into any Department of Mental Health facility and get therapy or see a psychiatrist and they'll set you up with the services. There are also, like my first job out of school was working at a clinic that worked on a sliding scale anywhere from $80 an hour to $20 an hour. Because I was brand new, I was $20 an hour. Hey, so anyway, they work on a sliding scale. And so I would start asking around. I'd start looking, I'd start calling. They're usually called community clinics. It's always a clinic. So whether it's, I think, a lot of them are, like I said, Department of Mental Health. You can Google that if you have already Medicare or Medicaid set up in your family. Or you can, just start looking for low income options because there are a lot out there. And also, don't forget, we as therapists work on sliding scales most of the time. Obviously, it might not work for you. It might not be low enough, but that's also an option. If some of you are like, I'm lost my job and I'm afraid I can't go to therapy, just talk to your therapist. We can often lower our fees, okay? You can't. And also look at my old video about how to get treatment when funds are low because I talk about that a lot. Okay, the quote today is, and I loved this because I love Miranda Sings, she's like, haters back off. She makes me laugh. But anyway, so this says, haters are confused admirers who can't understand why everybody loves you. And I think that oftentimes we get caught up in wanting people to like us and wanting everyone to understand us and like us and want to be around us. And sometimes people are just haters. But you know what? I love this quote. So I want you to consider ways that you can change the way you think about people and the way they respond to you. I'd like you to notice if you worry that everybody has to like you, and also recognize how that makes you feel. Because I find when I'm worried about too much on the outside, it makes me feel like shit on the inside. And so thinking about it like this, like haters are just confused admirers. They actually really like you, but they just don't understand and they get frustrated because they're jealous or whatever, can sometimes help us get out of it. So pay attention, see if changing the way we think about things actually helps the way we feel, because I find in my experience it really helps me. So I hope it helps you. Tomorrow I'll be on Twitter, so ask your questions there using the hashtag KatieFAQ. I love you all. I'll see you then. Bye.